Hello guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of Social Trends here on AtikuLive, and I remain your favorite host, Sarah, and
I'm Abubakar. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, viewers.
good morning, guys. I hope you had a wonderful night's rest. On to our program of the day. We have a lot of trends popping up from here and there, from Twitter. We have the spokesperson of APC in a social media war with a white man. I don't even know what is happening in this country. Let's just start with His Excellency Alhaji Abubakar Atiku, who is the 2023 presidential candidate from the People's Democratic Party. He was at Lcci yesterday, the 13th of September, declaring what he wants to do for Nigeria, basically giving us, a blueprint on how he intends to heal the economy. And a few things stood out to me, when he was speaking. I'm just going to quickly read out what I even took down because I just have to share this with you guys. His Excellency said, within the first 100 days in the office, I will create an economic stimulus fund with an initial investment capacity of approximately $10 billion to prioritize support to medium and small size businesses across the economic sectors. Now, this is just a very, very beautiful plan because if you realize what is going on in this country today, you know that we don't even have the funds within us anymore. Which country is going to give us loans? We've almost exceeded our limits of when it comes to external debt. So this particular plan, I see it as being very, very practical and something that can work. And it's so beautiful to see that he has such great plans for us. What do you have to say about this?
Well, yesterday provides another opportunity for His Excellency Abubakar to showcase himself and his manifesto, especially with respect to the economic blueprint as contained in his manifesto, which is titled My Covenant. At the Lagos State Chambers of Commerce and Industry, the incoming president, by the grace of God, not only went there to talk about what Nigeria needs to do, but what he will do, how he will do it, and what he intends to achieve by doing what he intends to do. Now, you appreciate him more when you factor that when he was vice president between 1999 and 2007, he was the chairman statutorily of the Nigeria Economic Committee, Nigeria Economic Council, and he equally led the economic management team of the then administration of President Obasanjo and Atiku. And during their time in government, Nigeria witnessed economic turnaround, debt reforms, our debts were forgiven, economic reforms. Banking sector saw a boom. The telecommunication sector became a major player in Nigeria society, and you see all this. So, what he was saying yesterday actually took me back to the experience Nigeria had with his government, under his government, with Obasanjo, and you see a man who goes out, tell you what he will do, how he will do it, what he intends to achieve, and when he intends to achieve. So he has set everything, his objective, his goal, and the timelines, and how is different from what you hear from other candidates. They only come about.
Yeah, I heard a lot of very unrealistic manifestos, talking about hiring 50 million youths. How do you intend to pay these 50 million youths?
Nothing.
Eh?
And when you compare it with what this incumbent administration, when you were in opposition during campaign in 2015, they were making promises without saying how they will actualize these promises and what they would do. And listening to Atiku yesterday and following the tweet after the conversation, I saw a man that has rekindled the hope Nigerians have for this country, the hope for a greater tomorrow. Gone are the days where every year we'll be thinking and calculating how we'll gather money to japa out of the country in search of an economic greener pasture. But unlike Unlike what we are experiencing now, we have a man that is ready and willing to do what he has to do. And he made a tweet. He said, he's not just saying it, but he has experience, he has the capacity, and he has done all this before. And of course, we are living witness. Every Nigerian from the ages of 25 and above, they can testify to the goodness of Nigeria under Atiku. And again, and you see this man, he comes out to tell you, let's do this, I'll do this, we'll do this, and we have to do this to actualize this and everything.
What gives me so much joy is the clarity. Like the blueprint is out there for you guys to see. It's only a fool that will not look at this and see that there is potential here. It's actualized. It's something that it's gonna come to.
Intellectual know-how and with zeal to serve, you will know. When you see a man that has showed absolute preparedness, that is willing and prepared to tackle societal challenges with respect to economics, security, education, and every other form of challenges, you will know. I keep saying one thing, that true leadership can only come from a prepared mind. The unprepared cannot provide the leadership we seek, because you cannot give what you don't have. Atiku Abubakar has displayed over time his capacity and competence to provide the needed leadership that is lacking in this country. And I will say this, that I keep saying this, among all the presidential candidates, only Atiku Abubakar has a well-detailed, complete, realistic, and practicable economic blueprint. Not just economic blueprint, in fact, blueprint altogether to address the challenges of Nigeria. And I'm wondering, in a couple of days, the candidates of the Labour Party and the ruling APC, they will appear before the Lcci to also present their economic manifesto. But I'm wondering, what are they going to present? I'm sure they are not thinking of putting words together, going on Google and download. Because till date, we are about 6 months to the election. None of these candidates have come out to say, this is my manifesto. This is what I intend to do. This is how I will do it. And this is what I seek to achieve within this specific timeline. All you hear during their speeches and their press statements is, I will do this. They will rule out one statistics or the other, and then dwell around that and saying that, look, Nigeria cannot continue like this, without saying what they will do, how they will do it, when they will do those things, and what they will achieve by doing all this. So yesterday was interesting, and a lot of Nigerians appreciated Atiku the more. And I saw some videos of Atiku when he was working in Lagos State. People were cheering him in Lagos State, Atiku, Atiku, Atiku.
Yes.
And it rekindled my hope in the project Nigeria. It rekindled my trust and confidence in the capacity, in the person of Atiku Abubakar and his leadership. So gone are the days where we'll be talking of, I will provide 10 billion roads, I will do 10 billion water supply, 10 billion liters.
I've not even been able to see any recent infrastructure, like no development anywhere. Everything is just the same. Everything's on standstill.
Well, Nigeria has been on the path of retrogression since 2015. And I just hope that we don't sink deeper than we are at present.
Well, His Excellency goes on to say, I will focus on non-debt financing by promoting a private sector-led infrastructure development fund for financing and delivery of key infrastructure projects. You know that this gave me so much joy. Like I stated earlier, Nigeria has almost hit its limit for external financing. Like nobody's giving us debt again. Which country? Where they are also facing, there's a lot of economic what would I call it now? Downturn. It's not just here in Nigeria, but it's worse here because we have an administration that I don't even know what they are doing. It's like they don't have any backup, nothing, and that's why Nigeria is sinking. In other countries, too, even the US, they've even been able to tell us that, oh, see what's happening to us, but they are still able to hold themselves. But look at it now. Look at what's going on here in our own country.
You have to appreciate the fact that this administration and the APC in general, they have never been prepared to lead. They are only focused on grabbing power and presiding over the resources of this country for their own good, not for the good of Nigerians. So from the onset, they have shown unpreparedness. They have not shown that capacity to address any of Nigeria's challenges. Not one, any. Now, at present, they are still displaying their nonchalance to the challenges and plight of Nigerians. That's why when you go out, you hear one bad news or the other. When you open the newspaper, you will see one negative news or the other. It's so depressing. You cannot watch news on Channels TV or any of the TV stations, or even on this AtikuLive TV during their interaction and conversations and other programs. Everything that is coming about this administration has been on the negative. Actually. And we have a man that is coming out and say, look, enough is enough. Give me this mandate. This is what I intend to offer. I have a covenant with you. And I believe that going by his antecedents as someone who doesn't renege on his words, and one who has shown capacity as a vice president of the country for 8 years, one who has stood firm for the defense of Nigeria's democracy, one who, when their government took over from the military administration of Abubakar, Nigeria had a negative debt profile. Nigeria had no institution was working as at then. Nothing was working, but they turned the things around that until 2006, everybody were proud to be Nigerians. People were relocating from outside the country to invest in Nigeria. Nigeria was so good that we have our banking sector boomed. We experienced boom in the telecom sector. We experienced investment in our private universities. Before then, the private sector did not even bother to put their money in the tertiary institutions. But during the administration, we saw a lot of investment and growth in that sector. That we have private investors like Covenant, Babcock, American University in Nigeria, Bells University, Benedict University of Technology, different universities. So it is because of good leadership. It is because the enabling environment was there. Unfortunately, this present government derailed completely from that part, and they are not apologetical about it. They see nothing wrong in their current acts. Of course, we have gotten used to their failure, and there's no point to keep talking about it. But the hope is here. The hope Nigerians expressed in 1998 and 1999 when they elected Obasanjo Atiku in the presidential election has been rekindled in 2002, and we'll take it into 2023 election and then return Atiku to power so that we can see turn around.
Of course, I'm very excited ahead of this election. Like, I'm so excited. I can already see His Excellency sitting up there giving a speech. Thank you, Nigerians, for putting your trust in me. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. All right. We have the news of INEC. INEC has delisted over 1.1 million registration. Apparently, the registrations were invalid. But they've not been able to tell us what exactly, what exactly is this thing that is making the votes invalid. Like, even if you're going to just generalize it, at least tell us, okay, maybe names are not matching with, those kind of things now. But they're not telling us anything. They're just saying they delisted 1.1 million registrations, like 1.1 million people. Wow.
You see, INEC should be more transparent. They can't just come to the press and tell Nigerians that over 1 million voters or registered voters have been delisted from their system. They have to give breakdown and reasons.
Exactly.
Is it because of multiple registration, underage registration, or what exactly? Because if it's multiple registration, in some parts of this country, I've seen people with 2, 3 voters cards, permanent voters cards. Are they still part of those that have been delisted, or are they, or do the delisted registered electorates? Are they dead? Are they deceased? Are they among people that have denounced their Nigerian citizenship? So they have to be specific. It's not enough to just say we have delisted 1.1 million voters. You have to come out to tell us why. Then we will now know how to address the issue from there. But now they just give us a blanket statement, and then we don't even know where to go. I just hope that is not what I'm thinking. I just hope they are not doing that to disenfranchise Nigerians. Because the last time they came with a trick to say their server was under attack, and now they are not saying
delisting over 1.1 million
voters. I am very sure that in 2023, the listing Nigerians expect of INEC is free, fair, and credible election. And under a free, fair, and credible process, there is no way the APC can get up to 20% of valid votes.
Somebody said that they are not even ashamed, still coming again for another election when they are doing so poorly.
Ideally, if the ruling party, if they were to be honorable, what I expect them to do is to first come to national TV, apologize to Nigerians for taking them through 7.5 years of pains, then announce their withdrawal from the 2023 race. Respectfully. And also go further than that by tendering the resignation of the president and his vice from office, so that Nigerians can conduct, so that Nigerians can bring forward this process. Because we have about 10 months to the end of the administration of Muhammadu Buhari.
This 10 months feels like forever.
It's looking like 10 decades.
It's feeling like forever. They are just frustrating Nigerians to the limit.
They should just go. It is now up to INEC to ensure that the kind of election that we have in Osun, that saw the emergence of Senator Ademola Adeleke, the Imole of Osun State, the Light, whose mandate was stolen in 2018. That election saw the protection of his vote and his mandate. We expect INEC to replicate same and even improve on it. And before they can do that, they have to show that their processes from voter registration to electronic transmission of results are credible, and they are in compliance with the Electoral Act, and they must be seen to be credible. So if they are to delist 1 million registered voters, they should come out and tell us why, so that we will not be experiencing a systematic rigging, because it's very difficult now for anybody to hijack ballot box. Nigerians are wiser.
Of course.
What happened in 2019 cannot repeat itself.
It's not possible.
So they should stop giving us half statement and come out with the full disclosure, so that we'll know how to address it.
It's about time.
It's about time.
All right, let's talk about hashtag Mr. Mugu. So if you're on Twitter, of course, you would have come across it by now, and it involves the APC spokesperson, Festus Keyamo, and a foreigner named Jeffrey Guterman. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well. Please, that's not my language. So he, Festus Keyamo, posted a tweet. He tweeted and said that the Labour Party 2023 presidential candidate, Peter Obi, is playing the ethnic card to secure votes for himself. And then this foreigner goes ahead to reply this tweet, and he says, you are, what did he say again? Because I'm finding it hard to get the exact words.
Yeah. You know, leader started. The Festus Keyamo, the Honorable Minister, who I don't see as honorable, by the way, the Honorable Minister for State for Labour and Productivity, tweeted, and he's also the campaign spokesperson of the campaign of the ruling party, tweeted and said, Mr. Peter Obi of the Labour Party is playing ethnic card in order to secure votes. And this American gentleman, who is a supporter of Peter Obi, of course he has no PVC. And he said, it's Peter Obi.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, then, guys, it just came back to my memories. He said, shame on you. Yeah. That was what he told KMO.
KMO told him that he should stay away from Nigerian politics.
Yes.
And he responded to KMO and referred to him as
Mr. Mugu.
You know, again, yesterday I said that the good thing about this whole contest, the beauty of it is that why Atiku is in Lagos talking about economic blueprint and what is relevant to 2023 election with respect to the challenges of Nigeria. The candidates of Labour Party and APC and their supporters are dwelling on irrelevancies, tribalism, religion, ethnicity. Firstly, why can't Kayamo talk about the achievement of Muhammadu Buhari? Of course, there is none. Why can't he talk about the antecedent of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the APC candidate? There is nothing to talk about. Why can't he dwell on the reasons Nigerians should vote for APC? Of course, there is no reason. So he is now diverting to playing ethnic card by alleging that the candidate of the Labour Party is using that card in order to secure votes. So again, meanwhile, the other Labour Party, why can't they appeal to real Nigerians? Why are they banking on one American who
has no history here, does not even know what's going on here?
He has no interest in Nigeria.
Of course.
And I'm sure that probably is a mercenary or a consultant. He has no business in Nigeria. He has no stake, no investment. There's no INEC polling unit where he resides in America. And he's the one trying to tell Nigerians who to vote for. So it is funny that the Labour Party is dwelling on these external characters to decide the fate of Nigerians. And it's even funny that he will be in the comfort of America, in his home in America, telling us who should emerge president in Nigeria. So one time, I've told him one time that he should mobilize his constituents in their respective polling units in America so that they should come in mass to elect Peter Obi over there. Because as far as Nigerians are concerned, we are not interested in all this pettiness. We want good leadership, a true leadership that will see to our growth in security, our welfare to be improved, our economy to experience turnaround, our GDP to experience regrowth, our infrastructure to serve Nigerians, and also our livelihood to be improved. We don't want people to be talking about Mr. Mugu. Mugu means a fool. Mugu is a local slang in Nigeria that literally means foolish. So KMO is calling one side, the APC rather is alleged that Peter Obi, they are tribalistic. Peter Obi and people are calling APC people foolish. So I think they should continue to discuss those their gutter conversation. Why Nigerians and Atiku Abubakar focus on the real issues. Then by 2023, once we win the election, we can ensure that their violence keep entertaining us while we enjoy the good governance and true leadership of His Excellency Atiku Abubakar and Dr. Ifeanyi Ato Okowa, who is by the grace of God the incoming Vice President.
Definitely. Let's talk about this one that is just very funny to me. I was trying to understand where I belong in this particular case. So the president of the Psychiatric Association of Nigeria, Professor Taiwo Obindo, said that over 60 million Nigerians have mental illness. Over 60 million. And I've started questioning my own mental health. Like, Sarah, are you sure? Yeah,
well, I think the...
But wait, to calm down. If 60 million people have mental illness, I think like 55 million of them are in Lagos. Guys, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
I don't think 55 million of them in Lagos. I just think he probably got a sample from APC secretariat.
Ew.
Or in one of their campaign meetings. Because Nigerians, and I know majority of them are angry and frustrated with the maladministration of the APC government, but they are not mentally deranged.
But then, even though I think it can still see, guys, there's a kind of suffering that you go through in this life that will start affecting your mental health. You start behaving like a beast. Just small, okay, somebody will just, on a normal day when you are happy, somebody will brush you. You turn and say, oh, sorry. But now, you brush a Nigerian, you they mad.
No, you see again, it's the frustration I'm talking about. You know, frustration is due to external factors. Understand? Sometimes it can be due to internal factors, but it can be addressed. Mental illness has to do with the mind, and it requires a psychiatrist to address.
Of course.
So, no normal human being will remain a member of APC. That's why I keep saying that I am very sure that while doing their research, they pick their samples from the APC secretariat. Because that is the only place you see people still supporting the APC despite their glaring failures, despite the fact that they've impoverished Nigerians, which includes them. So when I go online, I hear somebody shouting APC, say Buhari, I know that, okay, probably it's one of the respondents, or it's one of the sample for the research. So, and if that be the case, then the result should be about 90%, because the sample must come from a particular segment, which I believe is not far from within the national secretariat of the APC, and also maybe their respective state secretariats. And you appreciate that most Nigerians are frustrated. On ID setting, the average Nigerian is smart, intelligent, hardworking, honest, and focused.
Definitely.
They want to live and exist. They don't just want to exist like a dot in a cycle, but they want to live. They want to be counted as humans. They want to live a dignifying lifestyle. But the APC government has made everybody to be frustrated. Ideally, when a Nigerian is to travel from Atiku in Abia State to Ugeli in Delta State, he will not be considering the day or the time. He will not go to a prophet to start praying. He will not go to a seer to look at the future to see whether there is one kidnapper or bandit on the road. But now, before you leave Atiku, you first look if it's Monday.
You consult your
every Monday by
your religious leader.
By non-state actors.
It's so funny,
while
honestly.
the government is sitting down comfortable. They sit at home every Mondays in the southeast by non-state actors. So as a Nigerian, if you want to move from Oafia to Ugeli, once it's on Monday, that is zeroed. You have to stay in your house. Now, if by chance you decide to go on Tuesday, you start asking people that have gone ahead of you if the road is free, if one killing or the other is not ongoing. Even when you get positive feedback that the road is free, while on the road, your phone will be on, you'll be talking with your loved ones, giving them your live location, and also be praying to God. Be speaking in tongues.
It's bad because even here in the Federal Capital Territory, there's still cases of terrorists and, bandits, kidnappings. It's mostly the kidnappings for me here in the Federal Capital Territory. So imagine how bad it is elsewhere if the Federal Capital itself can be under attack.
You see, again, I thank you for mentioning Federal Capital Territory. Every evening, if you move from Asokoro, if you want to go to Karu, there is usually traffic congestion around Abacha Barrack. Do you know why? Because the military men, they are always out to do stop and search. They also are not safe. They don't want what is happening to their colleagues in Bama, in Borno, or in part of the Northwest, where bandits and non-state actors go to their barracks to kill them like chickens. They don't want it to happen to them. This is FCT. At that time, you were here when at Zuma Rock, around Zuma Rock area, military checkpoint, bandits, non-state actors, riffraffs, came out openly to challenge members of the armed forces that are providing security for residents of the area. And it was panic and chaos during that period. That should be around July this year.
Yes.
Don't forget that before then, immediately after then, there was another attack in Buhari area, where criminals, bandits, terrorists, non-state actors.
Well, on bike, was it that one?
Yes.
Where they stormed
they
town
almost,
on bikes.
their target was to overrun Nigeria Law School. So you find a situation where now imagine the average Nigerian without guns, without weapons, that without food on his desk.
He has not even eaten.
Nothing.
Exactly.
And he's still battling with insecurity. He cannot sleep with his 2 eyes closed. Before I go to bed every night, I do ensure that our gate is locked, my own burglary is locked, all the doors are locked. Even at that, my phone is always beside me to make phone calls. So it is so bad that in this country, unlike before, where you can go to sleep with your 2 eyes closed, now you cannot. So, in considering all this, why would the average Nigerian be frustrated? The only person that is not frustrated in this country is Muhammadu Buhari, because he doesn't care. And ironically, he's the only person that doesn't give a damn about what is happening in this country. He enjoys all the facilities that comes with the office, all the privileges, all the securities.
He's the only person that still looks the same since his administration. No. The rest of us Nigerians have lost weight. We have before, if I sit here, I'll fool this chair, but now look at me.
Why won't you lose weight? Because
look at it now. You have not eaten. You can't rest.
You calculate your portion, your ration, and you think that, look, madam, this one I give me this now. What are we going to eat tomorrow morning? So it is that bad that for the first time, the average Nigerian know what recession is. The average Nigerian know what austerity is. Before now, most Nigerians don't even know, apart from the intellectual knowledge of austerity, most Nigerians don't even know what it's really about. They've known just 2 times. Firstly, when Muhammadu Buhari was head of state between 1984 and 1985. And secondly, now that Buhari is president between 2015 and unfortunately, to this period of time. So we have passed through 2 recessions, 2.
And you are telling me Nigerians won't be mentally ill? Are you kidding me?
When Obasanjo was president of Nigeria, despite the liabilities he inherited, himself and Atiku, they inherited from the military administration, we never experienced this bad. They are responsible for most of the institutions we have in this country. Now, is it the telecommunications, anti-corruption agencies, several federal parastatals, the NDDC, Ministry of Data? Most of them, the PDP government were responsible for them. Under government of Yar'Adua, in 2009, there was global recession. It never affected Nigerians that much. Nigeria did not even experience it that much because we had a responsible government that came with a vision and as a template for good governance. When President Goodluck Jonathan and Ahmadu Sambo were in government, we never experienced this bad. But now that Muhammadu Buhari is in government, we know all the economic jargons. Not because we wish to know, or because we are
forced to understand what's happening, because that's how much is affecting us now.
Because it's affecting everybody, except the president. So, considering all this, why won't you expect the average Nigerian to be angry? So the anger is justified.
It is.
But when it comes to mental issue, then I give it to APC. Understand? And I believe that when they become opposition party, some of the loot that they've amassed, they should get the best psychiatrists that will help them return to sanity.
We have a lot. See, I can't wait for the day we'll come down and talk about so much that is going on. We have like the Abacha loot till today. I don't know what happened to that money. No, we won't talk about it now. We've run out of time. But I'm just saying, like, a lot is going on in this country that we Nigerians are just...
The Abacha alert. The Abacha is one of the most caring ancestors Nigeria have. He has always been, when he was alive, he was there for us. Since he passed on, he has been there for us. During our times, he sent his own palliative to Nigeria. And we are still expecting more money. Unfortunately, the money he keeps sending is being mismanaged by this current administration. All the alerts, we've not been seeing it.
At all.
And
At all.
I'm sure that very soon he will employ external auditor to audit the Nigeria accounts and for us to tell him what we'll use his money for. So it's so sad that we are mismanaging the kindness of our ancestor. And on behalf of every Nigerian, I apologize to General Sani Abacha. And I pray that he continues to rest in peace.
Amen. All right, guys, it's been an exciting time. Sadly, we have to round up the show right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and please drop your comments. Be sure to let us know what you have on your mind. And I hope you're going to have a very lovely day today, because I will. All right. It's your favorite host signing out now. See you guys same time tomorrow.
Okay, I'm Tony Bakanista. See you guys tomorrow, same time.
Bye.
God bless you.